Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy Alex, and welcome to the Rodeo. Today I have special guest in the building, the one, the only, Seth. How you
Appreciate
doing?
it. Good, man. Good, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, it's been a minute. I
It
haven't seen
has.
you.
It has indeed.
What you been up to?
Man, really life in general,
Right.
everything from just trying to figure it out, all of the above.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, 2020 has been a crazy time. How have you stayed safe out here? Did you weren't you in New Mexico or
Yeah, so I'm actually so I was born and raised here in Dallas, Texas, and
Okay.
I grew up in Plano about my whole life.
Shout out Plano.
Yeah, shout out Plano. And so with all that being said, I was in Santa Fe, New Mexico for a minute, for about 2 years.
Wow.
And so basically to kind of start it off,
Yeah.
I was always in school and even like community college, and like I couldn't figure it out. Like things just kind of weren't clicking. But I always had this like love and passion for jewelry.
Yes.
And
I
so
see the Rolly.
yeah, something light. And so with all that being said, it just kind of hit me one day. I was like, man, I've always loved jewelry. Let me kind of jump in and you know, like
Step in that game.
yeah, approach something that like I genuinely love. And so with all of that, I moved out to Santa Fe, New Mexico, because my pops is actually out there. He's an artist as well,
Oh
and so it's
wow.
just like a good fit. And so back to I just kind of wanted to get that little introduction, but with the COVID thing, it's crazy because I had shows lined up, galleries that represent
Yeah.
me, and then like when this COVID thing hit, like everything
Everything.
just like and like I know the whole world as well, like with
Yeah.
you, just like
Everything,
all
honestly.
that,
We
yeah.
barely opened up. We're back doing our interviews. That's why we
Yeah.
did this interview because literally we opened up like 2 weeks ago, and I have been hitting up people, lining them up, setting up appointments and stuff like that because
Yeah.
it did affect everything.
Definitely.
How did it affect the jewelry game for you? Did it have any effect?
Yeah, so it did. It did for sure. Luckily, I came across a great situation where I was invited to this kind of get together party, and I don't know, someone asked me to bring my jewelry, and it kind of
Oh,
made
snap.
up for the whole month. Like it was
Yeah.
wild. The one night sold
Real quick.
quite a bit of merchandise. Yeah, but definitely if that didn't happen, the galleries were shut down, the shows that I do, all that.
Everything.
So it was tough, and it was like
Yeah.
making me reconsider, like, man, like this is it can be a tough industry. You got your
Gotcha.
highs and lows, and that's just sales in general. But yeah, we came out of it. So
So
things are
for those of the people that don't know, you actually you're really influenced in the jewelry game, as in like designing,
exactly.
making it. Can you tell us a little bit about the whole process of what do you actually do?
Definitely, yeah. So being out in Santa Fe, it's
Yeah.
really known for like silver work and turquoise and that kind of vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
turquoise
yeah,
for sure.
yeah. And so that was kind of like my genre, and being out in Santa Fe, that's kind of what's cool. And I was doing that for a while, and the thing is, it's like you learn like the basics, and that's what's so cool about it is learning the basics. And
So overall, just like you said, your dad was into the work as well.
yeah, yeah.
And was he really supportive of you, making sure that
Oh
you,
yeah,
you came into a game
100%.
like that?
Yeah, he was super
Okay.
cool. Yeah, yeah.
And he taught you a lot about it, or was it more the company that you were with, or?
Yeah, so I'm actually completely independent.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's kind of what separates me from a lot of people. And so I really rely on the galleries, on top of the shows as well. And so yeah, so being out in Santa Fe, it's definitely that kind of just all silver work. And so, I basically do everything from start to finish.
Dang.
And yeah, it's a cool process, but it's hard. And but slowly I'm moving up, and actually I just got a awesome job opportunity to work for a company called the True Gem. Shout out to True Gem.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Uptown Dallas. They're a super cool company. It's all it's a younger crowd, from the owners to the jewelers, and they really specialize in like wedding bands, and so it's like gold, platinum, diamonds. and I'm super fortunate to be a part of that team. And yeah, so big things are
Wow.
coming for sure.
And that's pretty unique that it, like you said, it's a younger crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
Whenever I think about the jewelry game, I feel like it's, generations have been
Yeah,
in it. They pass it down
totally.
to their sons, their
Yeah,
son, and their whole family's in it. But
yeah.
this is maybe something different to have different perspective of the jewelry game. So
Yeah.
how did you come about with them? Was it just through mutual friends or networking or?
Yeah, so actually, one of my homies, he got his girl an engagement ring through this company,
Yeah.
and weirdly enough, when he reposted that, I clicked on the jeweler who, he reposted this post, and I went and I saw this jeweler, and I knew
Yeah.
who he was. This kid named Manny,
Uh-huh.
and he went to Plano West. I went to Plano Senior, and so just kind of doing like my own like investigative work. He works for the True Gem, and
Oh,
from
snap.
there, yeah, I found out about all these jewelers and the company, and
You
yeah,
really like the
yeah, it
whole
was just
vibe with
like
them.
bam, yeah. And so I've always wanted to work for him, and I kind of shot him like a resume, but I was in Santa Fe, and it was like,
Made it difficult.
yeah,
Them being here in Dallas.
exactly, like not getting a one-on-one interview, and so I didn't push it that hard. But then I came back out here to visit for like 10 days, and actually I was flying back to Santa Fe, and on my way to the airport, shout out Joe, the Madcaster, he hit me up.
Shout out Joe.
Yeah, he hit me up like last second as I was on my way to catch my flight,
Yeah.
and he was like, basically, we're like looking for an apprentice right now, and I think you'd be a good fit. So if you could even come by today, like I'd be happy to kind of show you around. And then from there, yeah. So I've just been like really aggressive about pushing my resume portfolio, and they're just a super, super dope company. And yeah, I'm honored to be a part of that. And then again, there's like so much for me to learn from, setting diamonds to engraving and all of that.
That's
So,
crazy,
yeah,
man.
so-
And overall, like you're somebody. If people might see you, you're pretty young. Is there something that a lot of other people could pursue as well? Like, or is this something that just you really have to know who to talk to and who?
Yeah, definitely. So you got to have a natural drive for it. Like the thing is
Yeah.
with me, like I always kind of struggled with like, I always wanted to get into real estate, and it just like wasn't clicking. Something about it, like just I wasn't making.
It wasn't that passion. That you
Yeah,
had,
and
that
the thing
fire
I was
that-
like, man, I'm wasting my parents' money, my money. I was like, man, forget this. Like, let me tackle something that like I know I love and I know I can like make happen.
Yeah.
And so that's basically what I did. And being out in Santa Fe, and it just like slowly opened up doors. And then, like I said, just being back here, last second getting that phone call. So it's definitely a lot about connections and being able to put yourself out there. That's a huge part of it. Shows, you can't be like afraid of like what people are going to critique, because you're always going to have kind of like your haters. And but yeah, so it's definitely
Really?
knowing the right people and just like having that natural drive.
That's perfect, honestly, because like you were talking about, even though there's some industries such as, like you said, real estate, there's some industries that you can make a lot of money.
Yeah,
But you
definitely.
have to have the passion for it. You got to
Yeah.
make sure that, because for you right now, I guarantee that once you're making the jewelry and stuff, it doesn't feel like work. It's something that you like to do.
100%.
It's something that you're passionate
Yeah.
about, so it does not feel like work.
Absolutely. And I never felt that versus like always trying to force
Yeah.
school, all of that,
And that's something lots of people could relate. They tell
Yeah.
us the traditional go to school, go to college, get a regular job. If your passion is this thing, take the safer route.
Yeah.
But it really, you gotta have some balls to step out, and do what you gotta do.
Definitely, yeah. And then even that, like, it's like you gotta invest in, so much equipment, and like jewelry's not cheap.
Can you tell us a little bit about the whole process of like
Yeah.
what are some things that
So like essentials for making jewelry, like you have to have like a soldering station, and that's like a propane tank and an oxygen tank. And believe it or not, like refilling the tanks aren't what's expensive. Is the tanks are, believe it or not, pretty expensive. And then that's just like, and it's not crazy expensive, but that's an easy $650 investment. And then on top of that, you have like your rolling mill, and that's another $700. All these like files and tools, and like, I mean, if you want to get like serious about it, like you can start off slowly and buy things, like throughout a period of time.
Yeah.
But if you just want to start off and like really have the best of equipment, like you easily have to start out with 20 grand.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the schooling, like these jewelry institutes, are mad expensive. Like like for a 3-month program, you're talking with one of like the best schools, you're talking 20 grand.
And we were talking about that off camera. You know, you were letting me know about, you know, what you were doing and stuff like that. And, you know, you let me know about that 3-month, 20 grand. I said, oh my God,
right?
you got to really be invested for sure. Like, you got to know that you want this.
Yeah, exactly.
Because 3 months, 20 grand
right?
just for the education.
Bro, I mean, yeah, you think about like a normal university like semester with that, you know, it's like it's pretty gnarly. But yeah, man, if you're really with it and you know you love it, it's, you know, at the same time, it's also a lifetime of knowledge. Exactly. And that's also, what's so vital.
So what are the type of metals that you really like to get into? You said you were working with the silver and turquoise in New Mexico, Santa Fe. And now is it going to be the same thing over here, or is it going to be a switch of what you work with? Or
good question. In Santa Fe, it's definitely like kind of all about silver, and
silver's popping over there.
Oh yeah, big time. It's like that Southwest vibe.
Yeah.
And silver, in my opinion, is like pretty easy to work with, and then gold is like way different. Like soldering gold versus silver, like, you know, there's like 2 different kind of heat controls, and then platinum is like crazy hard. So like to melt it down, it takes way longer, all of that. So all these metals have like different properties that affect like how easy it is to like manipulate. And so I started off with silver, and then with this company, it's really all gold and platinum, and it's just
the traditional gold and platinum for sure.
Yeah, and then you got your white gold, your rose gold, and so these people, their clientele, the True Gem clientele, will reach out to the company, and they'll have like they'll be able to customize their ring from like the band to like the cut of like the diamond that they want, like
so exactly what they want.
Yeah, exactly. So pretty cool.
So I didn't know that it took like different pressures like that for the metals. You know, personally, you know, it does vary also on the purity that you want for real.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I'll break that down. So like a lot of people, I feel like, aren't aware of like gold, how truly expensive like real deal gold is. You know, like like something can say like 18 karat or 10 karat, and then it could be plated. And if it's like plated gold, you're talking like a decimal point of like actual real gold.
Wow.
Yeah, and so like 10 karat gold is like less than half a gold, and then like everything else is like alloys, like nickel and copper. And so like the higher you get up from like 14 karat, it's like half real gold, half alloys, and 18 karat. So the higher up you get, like the purity is a lot more pure. And so it
varies also the purity of the expense for the gold as well?
Absolutely okay. Yeah, so if you're
the higher you get,
exactly, and then you always have a market value too. So like right now, I think for a troy ounce is what they go off of for like silver or gold or whatever precious metal. I think gold right now is sitting at like $17.50 an ounce, and that's that's crazy, you know, like that's not even that much. I mean, you're talking like one gold coin, 1,800 of pure gold, you know, so just a totally different ballpark.
Damn, that's crazy. But even though like for those of you guys that don't know, I actually am a financial advisor as my day job, and gold has been something that really, you know, it holds its value though. Gold is something that, you know, it holds its value. It's something that you could invest to hedge, and you know, this gold, there's only so much of it that it does make it so that the price, you know, it stays within its levels, and it doesn't really, you know, drop crazy
too
like
much.
That.
But you know, actually, when the coronavirus first started, believe it or not, the gold price stayed like, it dropped a little bit. Platinum dropped like crazy. And then silver even dropped, like the lowest I've seen in 4 years. It was like a 4-year record where it dropped to like it was sitting at like $14 per troy ounce for a while, and then I saw it get as low as like $11.90 an ounce. So, and that's the thing, is like I knew it was gonna go up right away. So like I could go out and buy all of this, wait 3 months when the economy kind of like levels back up, and you could like turn it into a refinery. and they'll pay you top dollar. And it's about finding these top refineries too that'll pay you, because like a lot of these local jewelers, they'll pay you, 40% of what the market value is, or 50% if you're lucky. But if you know like the real deal spots, they'll pay you 85% or 90%.
The actual refinery, and
Yes.
people that will melt it down.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so personally, me, like say I go to a pawn shop, try to trade in this.
Yeah.
Will I get scammed with them and stuff, or what's up?
More than likely, yeah. So that's kind of why like you gotta have to be aware, and to even like have like a gram scale and just like know the weight of it. So like that bracelet's probably close to a half ounce, and that's definitely worth some money. Like no question. And yeah, so they'll, and that like that's something important, that if you're gonna ever like turn in precious metals, to always ask like, what are you paying me? Like, what percent of market value are you paying me?
What percent of market value are you paying me?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because if
they could lowball you real quick.
they could say 40% of what the market value, or 50%. So they're basically giving you like half of what it's worth, and then the other half they profit, or they melt it. And I mean, I'm not trying to like downplay these people, because everyone's got to like grind business and make money. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, I'm just talking like.
But you giving knowledge to the consumer.
Yeah, definitely.
Letting them know what exactly is going on here.
Exactly.
And then from there they could take it how they want. So
definitely, yeah.
So, I get what you're saying though.
Yeah. So just be smart about it, people. Yeah. That's all.
That's what's up, man. So overall, what has the rest of your friends, family, and stuff? What have they said about your pursuit of jewelry? Your dad is supportive.
Yeah, definitely.
And what about the rest of your friends and family? They see that as something like, is it all right? He's for sure passionate about this.
Yeah. So
they tell you,
they definitely know that the drive is there, but people definitely support it. But at the same time, like they realize that like I'm not getting paid on a like hourly basis or like a salary, so it's not like in economic terms. To some people, they'll look at it like it's not the smartest route, and maybe it's not the smartest route to take. But that's the thing. If you love it and you put yourself out there enough, and like your work is quality, it'll just like naturally flow. And so
exactly.
Definitely most of everyone supports, but at the same time they're like, well, have you ever considered maybe doing this? And I'm like, you know what? Like, this is gonna work out. Yeah, don't even give me that negative energy.
Exactly.
And like you're always gonna have like your days where things aren't gonna work out, or you're not gonna get the sales that you want. But that's what I'm saying. It's just like sticking with it, and it always just kind of works itself out. So.
And I feel like there's always gonna be a love for jewelry. There's always gonna be a passion for jewelry, such as especially here, I interview artists. They love jewelry.
Yeah.
They love jewelry, whether it be chains, watches, bracelets, whatever.
Yeah.
Like you were talking about wedding bands. There's always gonna be a need for it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So for sure, it's not like it's a specific only type stuff.
You know what's
lots
funny?
Of people.
Real quick, I just want to say this. It's funny because this old, like, I shouldn't say geezer, but just like old guy, like funny. He would just like come and knock on my dad's door, and he would just always want to talk. But he like looked at my jewelry, and like he's like, definitely appreciated it, whatever. But he said to me, and it always stuck, that, and he said there's two things in the world that will always sell, and one, that's alcohol, and two, it's jewelry.
That's
like,
true.
Facts. It's crazy. Like, it is like a necessity and a need for a lot of people, and obviously women, like, they love jewelry. They love jewelry. Yeah.
That's
I
true.
mean, and so, it's just something like I'll never forget.
And there's kind of like I would say kind of like a status symbol too. You get to a certain point, as not for everybody, of course, but like you get the nice watch. You get the nice chain, or you get to a certain point in life, you're like, you know what, let me reward myself with a certain thing. And that's where the need is, for sure. But back to how you were talking about how there's certain industries that at first maybe they say the safer route would be this, and the money's over here. But personally, what I feel like, the money's gonna follow you either way. If you love what you do, you're good at your craft, and you do what the people love, the money's gonna be there for sure. It's not maybe at most right now, and then with time, you're gonna be known. You're gonna be known as, all right, I know his work. People are gonna recommend you, and Next thing you know, you're over here running a
Yeah.
multi-million.
That's definitely the goal. That's definitely the goal. And, you got to put in that grind, no question, whether it's working for a company or like doing your own thing independently. And I feel like that's a good mix of kind of, I don't know, I feel like I've mapped it out pretty good.
And you're young too.
Yeah, 25.
It's not like you're 50 years
Yeah,
old doing this.
exactly. Trying to like figure it out like at 32 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm 25. I'll be 26 at the end of January. So yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I got pretty lucky trying to figure out, because a lot of people, I mean, they won't figure shit out till they're 30.
I was just about to say that whenever you're like, I'm still, I'm not 32 trying to figure it out. For you to be young and find something you're passionate and have that drive for that, it doesn't feel like work. It's something really, lucky for you, because there is a lot of people that they're making money, they're doing this, they're doing that, but they're not happy in their situation. They don't love what they do.
Yeah.
If they could, vacation time all the time, or find something that they love, but they gotta work that, because that's what gets the bills paid. But
absolutely zero shame, to any of those people who don't have it figured out.
Because you gotta feed the fam.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. And I think all of us have work jobs that we don't want to work, and even with school, and not figuring it out completely. And so it's all part of the game, but just kind of just stay true to yourself, and just I don't know, man, just go for like what you love. That's
So when did you actually start start getting into the jewelry game?
Yeah, so I got started. The crazy thing is the thing is, I actually went to a class at Santa Fe Community College, and shout out Sydney Sharp, man. The teacher like doubted me, like just was always pulling me out of class because I was always talking with people, and then people would come up and ask me questions. And luckily, in the middle of that class, I had a mentor who kind of took me in and taught me like the basics of like fine work. And so the thing is like I knew I didn't need the class, and especially because it was like mad slow. We would do like one project for 5 weeks, and like that one project, I could make like 5 of those in a day. It was just like basic. And so I actually just bailed out of that class because I wanted to start like my little business. I wanted to do these shows. I wanted to start producing, create a website, all of that, And so not even slowly but surely, I shouldn't even say that. Like the first gallery I got in, which is on like a notorious road called Canyon Road in Santa Fe. Shout out John Ripple. He gave me like my first shot and put me in his gallery. And then from there, I got on Maloof on the Plaza, which is like a definite big name. I'm super proud that they represent me. And so it's just
just came everything planned out correctly to how it was supposed to.
Exactly.
What's meant to be, it came to you for sure.
Yeah, and then now with this job coming up, it's like, and then from the Southwest scene to like fine, jewelry, it's just like a totally different ballpark, totally different tools. Everything's just like way more expensive. Like it's just like honestly a big like world shift, but I mean it's nothing but good positive stuff. So
that's what's up, man. Best of luck with that for sure. And that's also a reason why I brought Seth here, because there's different aspects to this whole music game. There's different aspects to it, because it's also the producers, it's also the jewelers, it's also the people writing, the ghostwriters. So it's good to see what goes into it, the mindset that other people have, because it's lots of people, they see the artist, they see the jewelry, but it's something that you could pursue as well. Maybe not everybody wants to be a rapper, maybe not everybody wants to be a actor, whatever.
Totally. But you can find your niche, how to kind of like be in the scene, behind the scenes, like whether you're making pieces for artists. Totally. So
that's also why I want to bring Seth, because being so young and knowledgeable about it, you could he naturally just talks about it, naturally is about it. So that's what's up, man. Congratulations. We're gonna see that you can get that job, that a different level right there.
Yeah, big thank you. Thank you,
man. Where can the people find you?
So my Instagram is Sethers01, SETHERZ01, and I'll definitely be kind of posting even like behind the scenes of like how the jewelry's produced and how it's first casted.
Nice.
And I'll just I kind of give like a glimpse to everyone, and I like to show people like like the true process instead of like
Exactly.
just like looking at the finished product in like a showcase.
Take them through the whole process
Yeah,
of
yeah.
it.
So
Wow.
yeah, if you need to get a ring for your girl, I got you.
Say less, man.
Yeah,
I know who to go. I know who to go to, man. For sure, Seth.
yeah.
That's what's up, man. So you're gonna kind of be like the icebox
Yeah, I
of
mean,
Dallas.
eventually, bro. That's
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I mean, who knows? Like, I'm taking it day by
What are some
day.
of the goals that you have later on?
Yeah. Man. So really, getting this apprenticeship, that's been like huge to me.
A
That
big.
yeah, like that's and the thing too with that is like they're gonna be on top of like getting paid and having a salary. Like they're
Yeah.
gonna teach me as well, and that's what's like so dope. Because like I said, like what we were talking about earlier, those jewelry institutes. I mean, you're
Expensive,
talking
man.
mad
3
expensive.
months.
Yeah. And then to do that and say you just want to become independent, then
Yeah.
you have to throw in another 20 grand just to get like the right equipment. And so for a company to take you in, being able to like teach you, that and it's crazy. It's like, I don't know. I feel like it's, I don't even know how to say it. Like,
Those are the best type of jobs that you go in and then you still are getting the knowledge of others there and they're teaching you about it
yeah,
instead of just a high salary job that you don't really you don't progress and learn from
yeah,
it. So that's actually what I personally see as the best jobs, because either way, after this, you could either start your own stuff, you could
yeah,
even grow bigger, within
totally.
that company as well.
100%.
So
Yeah.
it's like, for them giving you that opportunity, it's something special for
Dude,
sure.
it's lit. It's super lit.
And just
Yeah.
the whole process of what you said, whenever you were gonna catch a flight and stuff, like you see how it was like, it was
Destined.
meant to be,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. So what are some of the goals that you have?
Yeah, so definitely, the great thing is like the goal of me getting this position and like that to me right there, that's like a goal down. But another thing that I'm not even really thinking of at the moment,
Yeah.
but it's definitely there.
It's in your
Yeah, it's definitely like in the realm. The fact that like this knowledge that I'm gonna gain is gonna take me like so far and beyond. Like,
Yeah.
whether I move up in the company or
Start your own
yeah, or
stuff.
just like whatever. And I'm talking like, because I'm not planning on leaving,
No, we just
yeah,
about to
yeah,
start.
yeah, yeah. But that's the thing is like that to get that knowledge and to be able to carry it for a lifetime, like that's what's so important and major. And yeah, so that's like a real good way to look at it in my opinion. Yeah.
So what are some of the lessons that you've learned, being in the jewelry game, that you
Man,
would say?
yeah, definitely don't rush. That's one
Patience.
thing. Yeah, because the thing is like, yeah, and it's easy to kind of rush, like especially if you're doing it every day. Like
Yeah.
not every day is glorious, obviously, but set that diamond right, take the time to polish it right, get in, little inside. I mean, it's like little stuff, but like someone could buy a piece and love it and notice a year from now, like, okay, well, I don't know, something's kind of weird right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Like, so yeah, that's the thing is like take your time, like do a precise job, and yeah, because and especially with fine jewelry, I mean, it's like seriously like surgical precision. It's like it's so technical. It's crazy from like the chemicals to like mixing up alloys with gold. I mean, and like diamonds, like
Yeah.
you could like do like a tennis ring and like one diamond could be like a little cloudier
And
than the
it messes
others.
up everything.
Yeah, and so it's just about like just taking your time and just like really learning those skills and like not rushing anything. 100%.
So whenever people are buying diamonds, what are some things to look for?
Yeah, so there's all like different there's all different grades of diamonds, and it goes
Yeah.
actually what's above VS is like I think it's IF or just F, it was just
Yeah.
like flawless. Then you have your VS, your VS1, VS2, then you have your SI1, SI2, and then
Lower
I1,
level.
I2, I3, yeah. But what's
Gotcha.
crazy too is like with the smaller diamonds, like a I3 will sparkle as much as like a VS. So
Really?
like the
With the
naked
smaller
eye.
diamonds?
Yeah, yeah. Well, and even like a bigger diamond, it'll be more visible. But yeah, like say with like a smaller diamond, like if I just wanted to do like a bezel around my watch or someone's watch, like I could put I3s and it would have that same sparkle because of the
Wow.
cut of the diamond. Yeah. So like a lot of jewelers, like unethical jewelers, will tell you it's
They'll tell you
VS.
BS.
Yeah, and it's like it's not. It could be like the
Oh man.
bottom of the bottom. And the thing is, the fact that that diamond sparkles, like that won't even, you know, they're like, all right, I want it just because, you know, the sparkle's good and like all
It
of
looks
that.
good.
Yeah, yeah. So like they don't even
Wow.
question it. The price is right. And yeah, so that's just something. Yeah. So yeah, there's definitely all different grades of like diamonds, even from like rubies, emeralds, all of that. There's yeah, so that's something important to also be aware of. Yeah.
Quality and stuff.
Know your jeweler. And yeah.
Shoot. Go to Seth if you actually want to
Yeah.
get some real good stuff. Honestly,
Exactly.
don't hesitate. Hit my boy up. You know, we're gonna link down his Instagram, and don't hesitate. Go to him and get some real good stuff
Yes, sir.
for sure. Anything you want to add before we head out?
I don't know. Man, honestly, just thank you for having me.
Oh, no
I
problem.
think
Thank
it's super dope what you're doing, and you're putting, you know, a lot of artists that, you know, don't have that platform, and you're kind of providing that for them.
Exactly.
So I definitely salute you.
Yeah, man.
You know, for doing all this, and yeah, man, it's all
Any
love.
artists that hit me up about jewelry, bro, I'll send them
Yeah.
your way for sure.
Got you.
Got it. All right, guys. So thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. I really do
Peace.
appreciate that. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that. And like I said, stay safe.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.